Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is a pick a card reading and we are looking at a specific question that we are wanting to get answered for my fire signs. So if you are a Sagittarius, Leo or Aries, then this is for you. I'm going to do 3 separate piles so you can still pick a pile over and above the fact that this is for the fire signs, and if you're a fire sign, then this is channeling specifically done for you. So it just really targets and hones in on your energy and makes it more of a personal. Really is more accurate then, feels more personal. There is an energy of having options, lots of options. Things could go either way for you guys currently, but just keep that in mind, because that's just something that's coming through and Spirit wants me to share that with you. So we're specifically looking at the question for my fire signs, and the question that we're looking at is, what should you know that will help you heal after being hurt by this person, the person that you are here wanting to receive a message about. Something's happened and you felt hurt by your experience in relation to this person. You might feel that this person hurt you, or that the circumstances, whatever it may be, whatever has caused you pain in relation to this relationship, the person that you are wanting to receive guidance about. We want to know from Spirit, what is it that you should know, that Spirit would like to bring you clarity about, that will help you heal from this pain and from this hurt. Okay, so that's what we are looking at. Okay, so fire signs, Sagittarius, Leo and Aries. I want you to take a few deep breaths, settle into your intuition. Ask your guides and keepers to guide you to the pile that is meant for you. We are going to look specifically at what Spirit wants you to be aware of in terms of your past, the current energies, and where this is taking you. Okay? So I'm going to do 3 piles. And whatever you are drawn to, 1, 2, or 3. Settle into your intuition and ask your guides and keepers to guide you. When you think of your person, the number that feels right for you, the number that resonates with you. Okay. So, what is it that you should know that will help you heal after being hurt by this person or having this hurtful experience? Okay. You've entered a sacred space. The archangels in the north, south, east, and west have their flames burning. And I've called upon the spirits of air, earth, water, and fire to help me through this reading, that I can see and receive these messages with clarity. Speak truth from a place of love. Bring you your messages in a way that resonates with you. If the message resonates with you, if you've chosen your pile and the message resonates with you based on, you can see if the past makes sense. If it doesn't fit, then it's probably not your number. It's probably not your pile. Then just choose another one. Okay? If you are wanting to receive guidance based on more than one person, then you can obviously choose more than one pile. Okay? So, pile 1. Past, what the current energy is, and where this is meant to take you. Okay, pile 2. Past, what has brought you to this place, what your current energy is, based on what's happened here, and where this is meant to take you. Pile 3, the same. Past, current energy, and where this is meant to take you. Okay. let's begin. So, right. My fire signs, those of you who have chosen pile 1, in relation to a painful experience, someone that you care about has hurt you, has made a decision, taken action, or done something that you feel has contributed to pain. And we want to channel and allow Spirit to bring forth messages that will help you understand how you can tune into your healing, how you can heal from this hurt. Okay? Perhaps bring you clarity. So let's take a look. Okay. So, Spirit is showing me that in the past with this connection, and you this will resonate with you now, because where you're at, you should have some awareness of this reality. Okay, power 1. In the past, it seems you had a false sense of comfort, a perception, an idea of how this person sees you, and it made you feel a false sense of security because it was based on half-truths. Spirit is, and take this as it, take it as it resonates. I'm just the messenger. Spirit also lets me know that there is an awareness that you are physically and possibly, according to your status, intelligence, education perhaps, that you are considered to be a little bit out of this person's league, and that this is part of the reason why you chose this person and you were so comfortable with this person, because you believed that this person would worship the ground that you walk on, because they're a 5 and you're a 10, and they should know, they must be aware of how lucky they are to have you and to be with you, and so they would never sabotage that or ruin that. Everybody knows that you're a catch. But deep down, pile 1, you have your own insecurities and your own fears that not everybody gets to see. And your person, knowing that you're probably too good for them, has been harboring their own insecurities and their fears and hiding things from you, because your person did not believe in the quality of love between you. Your person believed that you have an ideal, and if they meet those standards and those expectations, then they get to stay in your life. But the moment you know the fullness of who they are, the truth of who this person is, the fact that this person has issues and considers themselves to be very, very distorted and broken, beyond repair, that you will no longer be there. And so there are things that characteristically, either this person's, it affects their mental state, mental health, but characteristically that have come to light that have made you question whether you've known this person at all. These things that are hidden, Spirit wants you to, that were hidden, because I don't feel as though they're hidden anymore. You're coming to realize that there are these cracks in this person's character, and these insecurities and these fears and these I see someone that appears to be one thing, but when they look into the mirror of truth, they are not what they appear. So for example, you know, in fairy tales where you have the witch appearing to be beautiful, youthful, and attractive, but when she looks into the mirror of truth, or when the spell wears off, she's old and ragged, and she's got this long bent nose with a big mole on it, and she can appear, and she's perceived to be ugly, and not what she initially portrayed herself as. But think about it. The reason why the witch presents herself in that way is because what she's wanting to offer, which is whatever the person in the fairy tale needs, and sometimes that's not pleasant, but it's what they need for their growth and for their process. She presents herself in that way because their receptivity will be better. They'll receive it and they'll be more willing to take it. So her not fully revealing the fullness, how old she is, and how real and how raw, and how that there is not just the superficial beauty, has more to do with how she's going about, with your receptivity, and her knowing that she won't be accepted if she presents herself authentically, and that her happiness doesn't depend fully on you accepting her authentically, because she lives out in the woods by herself anyway, but you get to benefit from it. So what Spirit is saying, even though your person has their reasons for presenting themselves in a way that you would find attractive and appealing, because your opinion and your desire and your wanting them really mattered, that there is a deeper undercurrent here, that there is, that the shadow side, that this what considers to be hidden in the dark, that this is had to come into your experience for you to come to realize that there are certain things that you need to learn that can only be presented to you in a way that you will accept it based on appearance and things that tend to be very conditional and superficial. So I am only the messenger, and this is meant to help you heal. Many people do this. We've been taught to do this. We've been taught to look at red flags. What are red flags? You cannot, unless you dedicate a couple of months in therapy with someone before you start dating them, to get to the core and the nitty-gritty of who they are as much as you possibly can. What are red flags? You're not a psychic or a mind reader, and even if you are a psychic and a mind reader, when we are emotionally connected or too close to the subject, it is not so easy to deduce. It's easy for us to read other people's stuff, but our own stuff is often not so easy to deduce, and it takes skill, and it takes the art of detaching and of being very much in alignment with source, and not so much in your ego where you tend to be attached to things and conditions, for you to be able to take a look at what's happening. So it's a thing, it's very common, and you, Power One, you're not the only person, but in your process for growth and for doing your own shadow work, this person has come to reveal this truth to you, that what we consider when, as society, and as I say, we've been taught to do this, when we look at a situation and we want to establish whether it is good or bad for us, we do look at the conditions. What is this person doing to put a right tick next to them, or to put an X next to something they've done, which we then call a red flag? Does this person stay at home or on their own? We judge. It's normal. We judge, okay, this person still stays with their parents, so that's probably a little bit of a red flag. Or this person lives alone, so this must be an independent person. We make this whole analogy analysis of who this person is based on one or two conditions. This person has a lot of friends, so it must mean this, that, and the other. We make judgments and we make these deductions that make up the person's persona and who they are in our minds based on conditions. That I didn't like that person didn't consider me on that date, or when we were out with friends, that the person didn't just accommodate everybody to make people feel I think this person has a tendency to be a bit selfish and narcissistic or whatever, because the polite thing to do would have been to consider everybody else and not really his or her own comfort. So we make these deductions, and there are deeper truths to these things. So we enter into relationships based on these initial perceptions, and then we decide who this person is going to be forevermore. And the moment that person steps a little bit away from what we've decided they are, then we say, this person's showing me their true colors, because this is not who he or she was initially. This person is, there's a red flag, because this person is showing me a side that they didn't show me before. When we are in a relationship, we are on a journey of discovering one another. But the ego has a tendency to deduce and to decide that they know who this person is, and I know that this person's going to fit into what I want. And then this is why people cannot get over relationships that have obviously been toxic or unhealthy, or have had to close out for whatever reason, and it's time for them to move on. It's because we are so attached to the idea of this person and to the idea of who they are supposed to be to us, that long after we've realized that that is not in fact who they are, they cannot fit into our mold. And the truth is, nobody will. That we still cannot get over it because we haven't gotten over our idea of who this person is to us. Not who this person is in their own capacity as someone who offers me the opportunity, the intimacy, and the sacred time to walk beside them so that I can get to experience who they are and get to allow, and they allow themselves to reveal the aspects of who they are to me in different scenarios, and I witness that from a place of appreciation. And remember that there is something very special about them revealing themselves in deeper layers and levels as we move along. And that often as they reveal these aspects of themselves to me, they are also meeting it for the first time. So it's this discovery, and we get to do our process and our journey together. That's a very different way of looking at it. And then we don't have a tendency to stress about tomorrow, because I'm on a journey with this person today, and I've been on a journey with this person for the past few weeks, and what tomorrow brings is going to excite and delight me. And even if tomorrow brings to the forefront the notion or the reality that it might be time for us to stop moving in our separate directions, or our paths might be splitting, that we then don't dishonor the time that we have spent together, because we discovered so much about ourselves, and certainly that person's discovered so much about themselves. Now this sounds like an ideal, unrealistic ideal in a not ideal world. But you do live in an ideal world, beloved. You live in a world where you create your reality. And when you disconnect from the sacredness of your experience with everything around you, and you start to allow your ego to attach to it, and to make it something that it is not. That's why we make promises to one another about forever and this and that, just to ease the ego, when we know intuitively there is no such thing. We have today, and then tomorrow comes and it's today once again, and then the day after comes and it's today once again. And our ability to tune into the sacredness of every experience is what gives it life, and sometimes allows it to last so much longer than we might have imagined. And that is a gift. That's a cherry on the cake. It's a very different way. It's a very evolved way of looking at relationships and love. And what I'm saying to you, beloved, is that you are on your journey of awakening, of becoming the fullness of who you are more and more every day. So you can start to experience your life here, your experience of expansion from that place, from the fullness of who you are, so that you can start to experience it with satisfaction and delight. And what this experience, where your focus may have been, is on everything that you didn't see about this person, that they were hiding from you. The red flags that you might have missed. And what I'm explaining to you, and if you need to rewind and re-listen to it again, what I've been explaining to you is the truth of what this has been about and how it's come to serve you. The ego takes a knock in this regard, but that's not a bad thing. Your current energy is that you're defensive, and because you didn't do anything wrong. There is no right or wrong. How does this experience serve me? When we decide, let me figure out what is right and what was wrong here, that is still ego. Only the ego has a tendency to make things right or wrong. And that's not bad, it has its place. But when you are something as intimate and as sacred as relationships, as they come to help us evolve and expand, we need to be willing to take that deeper look into the essence of what it has come to serve us with and how it's come to serve us. Because otherwise we find ourselves stuck in a cycle of recycling and repeating our experiences, and they are painful. And it's not the other person causing us that pain. It's our perception of it, our limiting perception of an experience that causes us pain. Someone's intention to be the best version of themselves for you is still something to appreciate, even when that person doubted their capacity or ability to be that for you because of their own insecurities. It's not a lack of care or love towards you, it is a lack of love for self. So you're currently in the energy of being defensive. You're defensive about your person and the things that happen, because now suddenly everybody's pointing out a whole lot of things. Okay? And you're defensive about that, and at the same time you're defensive about, you just don't feel secure because you're doubting everything. You're doubting yourself, you're doubting your value. And what you need to know is that this is not about your value. It's not that you are not valued here. It is about this person's incapacity to fully stand behind the actions and decisions that he or she takes and makes, because she or he doesn't really believe in themselves. Most of it was an act, yes, and you can call the person a pretender or a phony, but let me be frank. Most of us are acting most of the time because we don't take the time to embody the essence of what we are wanting to bring to the table. So we just have to put on the mask and bring it in an act. It's the way that we've been taught to function. It's the way that we until we learn better and until we realize that that's never going to work for us, and we take the time to get to embody the essence of our alignment. So if I want to bring positivity to the table, then I could not have spent the whole day gossiping and binging on toxic negative things and stalking and minding other people's business that are toxic and negative, and then I'm saying, oh, I'm meeting with my friends and I'm bringing my best self. No, you calibrated to toxicity and negativity. You've been watching the news all day and you've been feeling negative and insecure about what's happening in the world. You're not a vibrational match to the best version of yourself. So you're not going to bring security, positivity, my best self to the table. No. So the moment that something happens there that is a little bit dodgy, you're going to zoom into it. It's going to get to you, and it decides and determines the rest of your evening or your experience with people. Now, that is one analogy. You can sort of apply that in every area that makes sense to you. You don't feel secure. You feel as though you've got to protect yourself from others because you've looked at the situation here where you believe you've done all the right things and you trusted this person because of what they presented to you. And what they presented to you were conditions and acts and circumstance. And now you don't like the conditions and the acts and the circumstance. You didn't like it after a while, and now that has painted the entire relationship black for you. But had you not focused so much on the conditions and the acts, and you tuned into the energy and the essence, because you were independent of what that person does or doesn't do, and you were really looking at them from a place of clarity to see the truth of who they are in every moment, not just how they are willing to meet you and your expectations, because that's what we're supposed to do in relationships, right? And how is that working for us? This is a great opportunity for you to grow and expand, and that is what this is offering you. But because you've not been able to see it in the way that is going to serve you, you've been in an energy of fight and defend. And what that means is it brings more situations and scenarios into your life in which you feel you need to do that, because that's what you're attracting. Where this is meant to take you, Power One, is to help you to become more decisive and to help you line up with absolute clarity what it is you want. And to remember that your choices are more about where you are at any given time than whether or not someone else is right for you. Spirit is showing that you have found yourself often moving into situations where initially you doubted. You don't trust your intuition because your intuition, your guidance system is telling you you're not yet ready for a relationship. That's why you are not feeling the confidence and the clarity. There are things that you are attracting in this person that are still negatively active within yourself, and ignoring that doesn't mean it's going to go away. What it is going to bring you, though, is the letting in process, which is more lessons. This experience has made you look at a particular decision that you've held off for a long time in a different way and with more clarity. You've not made the decision because of fear. And what Spirit is saying to you is you have become more of what it is you want, of the outcome that you actually want when you are ready to make this decision. So it could be a move for some of you. It could be I'm seeing a very big change. It'll change how your life looks completely. And you've been waiting for life to sort of come to you because you felt that that's the safest thing. But Spirit is saying through this experience, you have become more of a match to a positive outcome and to tuning into the clarity of the right choice to make for you. If you allow yourself to shift your perspective around this, how this relationship has come to serve you, it'll really help you to heal, your distrust within yourself, first and foremost, because that is why you have a tendency to be so indecisive and to have your life stand still for such a long time, and to stay in situations that you've already realized and decided are probably not for you. And to feel as though you're constantly reaching for something that seems to be unobtainable when that is not the case. That is not the truth. So if you allow yourself to shift your perspective in a way that Spirit has guided you towards, it'll help you to heal and to calibrate to your personal power, where you won't feel so vulnerable and defensive and the distrust with yourself. You'll tune into your inner being, who you will know you can always trust, because your inner being is always guiding you towards what is true and authentic. But you've got to allow yourself to get comfortable with what is true and authentic within you. If you expect that from lovers, and you've come to realize through this experience that it is very important. It doesn't matter how distorted, twisted, bent, and broken you may think you are as a human. If you cannot make peace with that which you perceive to be you and your truth, you cannot have peace in a relationship with another. And it doesn't matter how much you love someone that is like that, it won't be enough. They have to make peace with, firstly, their perception of who they are, because often it's not even the truth, it's just their perception, but that is what is real and true for them. Okay, and this choice that you are making, you are closer to clarity. And very, very soon you will move towards a decisive, clear knowing of the choice that you need to make, which is going to change and shift your life in a profound way. Pile 1, that is your message. Okay, love and light to you. I trust that it serves you. I know that the people that I'm channeling for are spiritual people, are gifted people, are people on a spiritual journey. Many of you may not even know this. If this message does not resonate with you, it is probably because you're not at a place where this is your message. But if you feel moved in some way, then save the reading and come back and listen to it after a couple of days again. Listen to it more than once. Eventually you might line up with the vibration of the message that you are meant to receive here. Okay. If you're interested in a personal reading, Pile 1, you're welcome to contact me. My email is in the description box below. And if you're interested in spiritual healing or any of my spiritual process or coaching, you can contact me there as well. Please comment if you found that the message resonates. And if you haven't clicked that like button yet, please go ahead and do that now. It really helps my channel, and it helps other people who need to receive these messages to have access to them. Love and light to you. I appreciate you so much. Until next time. Bye now. Hello, my Pile 2s. Fire signs. Those who have chosen Pile 2, this is your reading. Okay? You have had a hurtful, painful experience in relation to someone. You'd like to receive answers and guidance from Spirit to help you heal from this, because you might have felt stuck, or you feel as though you need a little bit of help in healing, perhaps clarity and an understanding of how this experience is meant to serve you will help you to do so. That is what I'm channeling for you today, Pile 2. So we look at what has happened in the past. Brand new beginning. Definitely a soulmate relationship that I'm looking at here. So much love. This is the kind of connection, Pile 2, that happened to you, that you didn't make happen, and you didn't expect it. It was like this wave of beauty, magic, bliss, and satisfaction just coming over you, and you experiencing profound and deep love with this person. I just see your cup overflowing. This is the energy of someone or of people who have really evolved. These are old souls, and you are definitely soulmates that have come together and have met, igniting and activating a brand new blueprint, a brand new grid, a brand new reality for you here in this 3D dimension. So what happened? Because your expectation, you and your person, your expectation was that things would just keep flowing and getting better and better. Lots of excitement, passion, but such emotional stability. So why are we here, pile 2? You and your person, things moved really quickly, effortlessly. And I almost feel like, because things are so good between you guys, when there is a hiccup, which is normal to most couples, people fight, people disagree, people take one another's stuff personally. There is such a big gap between what your relationship usually is and the bit of discord that it feels like it's being torn apart by the discord. So there is a tendency to make more of a situation than you guys should, because it feels so uncomfortable. And I'm not saying that you should ignore it. This is an evolved connection, so it is going to contribute to great leaps of expansion for you, for the individuals and as a unit. So that's just how it is going to be. That's just how it is. This is a very profound, ancient energy. This relationship has a very ancient energy. This is soulmates. And between you hold a lot of power. What that means is that your energy, as it comes together and as you are together, bursts into the collective consciousness and just creates such beautiful impact where you don't even know it. So where you're at now is, you are aware, pile 2, that you manifested and that you know about manifestation. You understand the laws of the universe. You understand your capacity to create your reality. You know how powerful you are. You know how gifted you are. You are clear, you're concise, and you are focused. You are aware that in getting a little bit caught up with the conditions and the things that you do not quite like, because there are always those, that you got a little bit too focused on that, and that it clicked you out of your alignment and into your ego, and you made a decision here from anger, from fear, which results in anger. You made an anger-based decision and tried to will the situation into what you want. Whatever the situation is, whatever's come up as an opportunity of growth for you and your person, you didn't want the inconvenience or anything to threaten this connection, and you started to feel fearful, and you started to be defensive, and you tuned into an energy of wanting to will it into harmony and peace, and not accepting that right now the contrast is helping us. And this made you very, very fearful and angry, and made you make a decision that was from an energy not of trust and alignment, but from an energy of manipulation. And I'm not saying you're a manipulative person, no. We all have a tendency. I like how we label one another. Oh, that person's manipulative. Oh, that person's too much in their ego. We all too much in our ego when we're not in alignment, and that happens every day. Every day, in every segment of our day, we've got to choose: am I going to click into alignment here, or am I going to focus on a thought or a subject that tunes me out of my alignment? We're always going between that. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how evolved and how whatever educated. We are all humaning here. We are all a soul, and we're all humaning, and we all have periods of being in an energy of narcissism because we need to be, or because we've just stayed there for too long and now it's just become excessive, until we switch. Our inner being guides us towards clicking out of that. We all find ourselves in an energy of being manipulative. When we cannot trust and allow, in the moment when you cannot accept, love, and allow things to be whatever they are, even though they are not perfect, then we are being manipulative, because we're trying to will someone or a situation in a better direction. And there is no assertion in the universe. It always backfires. And that's what I feel has happened here. Good intentions, but it is more expansion. It is more growth. And where this leads you towards is, I feel that there has been some challenges here, that, or a fight. Perhaps it was your first big fight. Or a great big boulder is in the road on your journey, and things have not been pretty much free flowing up to this point, and this led you to have some sort of fallout, where you wanted to assert something into the experience, perhaps both of you, and it's backfired on you, and now you're questioning the relationship. Perhaps there's been a bit of a separation or whatever that may be, and what this leads towards is both of you are going to expand and grow from this pile too, and your person's coming right back towards you with this cup filled with love, and you guys will move on from this experience bigger and better. This is a soulmate, a pure soulmate connection. You cannot get it wrong. In fact, it's not possible. The moment you are in your ego too much and for too long, you'll get blown off into the bushes or spat out the way you feel you've been here. Perhaps feeling rejected, perhaps feeling abandoned, but you need to go back to the basics of manifestation, of how you welcome into your life the energy that you want. If you want the basis of your experience to be love, then you cannot be forceful or pushy or focusing on unwanted things that trigger into your fear, because then you're no longer bringing that energy in, and it just takes away from what it is that you value in the relationship, because this is the kind of connection that's going to take you and your person up, 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 up. And I'm talking energetically, and I'm talking spiritually, emotionally, mentally, but as a result, the conditions will match, the money, the experiences will match. Okay, so that is your reading. It's very, very straightforward for me, pile 2. Your person's definitely coming towards you, and it won't take long, with this cup, and saying, I know you said you no longer want this cup, but this is your cup, and it's filled with love, and it's overflowing in a new and profound way, and here we are, bigger and better. We are love, and that was just a little wobble. That's really not such a big deal in the bigger scheme of things. Okay. If you'd like to get a personal reading with me, pile 2, you're welcome to contact me. My email is in the description box below. If you'd like to sign up or inquire about any of my spiritual healing, coaching, or spiritual process work, you're also welcome to contact me there. If you haven't yet liked, please go ahead and do that now. It really helps my channel, and it helps other people who need to receive these messages to have access to them. If it resonates with you, please comment. I'd love to hear how. Okay, do what is best for you, pile 2, and I will see you next time. Bye now. Hello and welcome, my pile 3s. So, you are a fire sign, and you have been guided to choose pile 3. You've recently had a painful experience in relation to someone that is near and dear to you, someone that you love. And you would like to heal from this. You would like to grow from this. You would like to expand from this. And you are open to receiving Spirit's guidance upon the subject. Okay? We're going to look at what the past energy is here. So, brand new beginning. mental clarity. What this tells me is that this relationship happened really quickly because you looked at this person and they ticked your boxes, and you did the same for this person. Always nice, always a nice thing. But love is not situated here, and it's definitely not on a list. Because a list offers no guarantees. Okay? Not when it comes to life. Because it's not this 3D or material, tangible thing like you go and you do a course and you receive a certificate and you say, right, now you call me doctor. You lining up with who you are is a choice that you have to make every day. And there's no guarantee that you can even do that every day, all day. Sometimes you are so disconnected from yourself and out of alignment from what it is you really want that you do make a bit of a mess of things. And that's just how that contrast contributes to our expansion, so it's supposed to happen. So how can you expect it from another person? Someone else cannot say, look, I tick all these boxes and this is the person I'm going to be until we die, until I die or you die. It doesn't happen, because then there's no growth. I cannot look in the mirror now and tell you who I'm going to be in the next 10 years. I don't care. I just know I'm going to be amazing because today I am doing the work to line up with the best version of myself as often as I can. So how can I not expect to love the person that I am in the next 10 years? If you're not making that choice deliberately because you don't realize that it matters, that the relationship between you and you is the most important thing, then whatever you're tuned into determines who you are in the next 10 years. Okay? And so this is two people who met, already having their eye out to look for the ideal partner. You ticked this person's boxes and your person ticked your boxes. And then what happened? And then things just didn't seem to take off. All of this promise, all of this hope, all of this expectation that this person would move towards you and keep coming closer, and the person expecting the same from you, but this did not happen. This is also very possibly someone that you work with. So all of the outcomes in terms of finance, productivity, you achieve that, but emotionally you don't feel like things have progressed. And now you're both back to just focusing on yourselves, and that hope and that expectation of the two of you actually becoming more has been shattered. So there's a lot of success here, but you're not sure if you guys are actually emotionally growing. You're expecting more of an emotional investment from this person, and you've actually stepped away a little bit because you're wondering if this is going anywhere now. What I'm seeing here for you, Pile 3, is that this is going somewhere. If in terms of the condition, this is moving towards this person fulfilling that role that they initially see, and that you see that you could be this power couple. You're really good you're good when it comes to work. You achieve great outcomes, and you wonder if this will lead to marriage or if you're wasting your time. If you consider marriage to be the symbol of love, then I don't think that you've given yourself enough of an opportunity to really define what love is for you. I do see marriage, but I feel intuitively that the thing that you are focusing on is this moving towards marriage, or am I wasting my time? Because it seems like this person is focused on business, money, the superficial things, the our achievements, and not really focused on the emotional aspects of who I am. There's a reason why that bothers you, because the connection, you think you're looking for commitment, which is what marriage should symbolize, but what you are really looking for is for connection that is at the basis of what a commitment really is, which is a commitment to self, and therefore being able to connect to the other person, and that resulting in an automatic commitment. I do see the marriage here. I see two people that are intelligent, that are ambitious, that work hard, that have achieved great things together, and that is the basis of the relationship. From an emotional perspective, not much growth, not much expansion, and it makes you wonder if things are moving forward. If your definition of moving forward is marriage, then I'm saying yes. Are you going to be happy in this marriage? Only if you can let go of your desire for connection. If the things, if the conditions are enough for you, then yes, but I tend to believe that that is not the case. In your mind, you believe the conditions are enough. The show of commitment, someone marrying you and building a life with you, is the ultimate show of commitment. That's what we've been taught. In my work, I work with many people. Some people are still looking for their person. Some people are married. Some people have divorced and are now looking for another person. Marriage does not equal stability, connection, comfort, and success. You want to establish that energetically first, because you are waiting for this person to give you something that it's best you give yourself. And then hopefully this person can line up with that, or you are moved into a situation where you do meet someone who can line up with that. I do feel like for many of you, walking away from this doesn't make sense, because this is someone that fits all your boxes, ticks all your boxes. You have some serious introspection and thinking to do. And for those of you who this message resonates with, Pile 3, I recommend you contact me and get a personal reading. But you have your answers, and whatever you choose to do with that, do what is best for you. Pile 3, if you haven't liked this video yet, please go ahead and do that. It really helps my channel, and it helps other people who need to receive these messages to have access to them. Comment, let me know how it resonates. And if you do need to contact me for a personal, my email is in the description box below. Do what is best for you, love and light, and I will see you next time. Bye now.